employed full-time. That's 30%.
I give you the context.
I give you the history.
I fight fake news with facts.
Kayode. No, Kayode, I will let you talk. Kayode, I will let you talk if you let me talk. Kayode.
That's why more and more Lagosians are tuning in.
500,000 Lagosians.
720,000.
970,000.
Over 1 million Lagosians, they know that if you give me your afternoon, I will give you hard facts.
Well done, Sandra, on all you do, going beyond the headlines and focusing on the facts.
I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
First hard fact of the day, 47 confirmed cases yesterday. It's 2 cases fewer than Monday. Adamawa had the most cases, followed by Lagos. But even though the numbers are low, let's keep taking our precautions. You heard the president. You have to be careful even as you celebrate Eid. Don't go out unless you can't avoid going out. And when you do go out, you have to wear your mask. You have to maintain your distance from people. You have to wash your hands as frequently as possible. Sanitize as frequently as possible. Keep ourselves and each other safe. And keep listening to hard facts, because 1 million Lagosians cannot be wrong. They know where they come for hard facts, starting with the big 3. Let's talk about the southern governors demanding restructuring. Then let's talk about an alleged shooting incident today while state government officers were trying to get Okada off the road. And then let's talk about the Senate organizing public hearings on restructuring. Today we'll bring you the glass ceiling at 4 o'clock. We'll talk about how parenting affects gender equality. On Balogun and Broad, let's talk about employment scams and investment scams. My guests will be showing you how to detect and avoid them. News updates will come your way at the top of every hour. I recommend you listen to our conversation on Balogun and Broad today. Seriously, you want to find out what you should invest in, how you know that an investment is a scam, how you know that a job interview is a scam. Please listen to the conversation we'll have today at 5 o'clock, right? After the news at 6, we'll bring you Let's Talk with Voice of America, and then, of course, hand you over to the sports team for Game On. Lagos, let's get started with the big 3. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
This is the big 3.
The big 3
on Hard Facts
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Are the southern governors on the right track? Is the Lagos state government approaching its Okada policy in a humane way? And what does restructuring mean to you? Those are the big 3, Lagos. Let's talk about them. Our first story is the Southern Governors Forum meeting in Asaba. All 17 governors met to discuss a 4-point agenda: security, calls for restructuring, COVID-19, and interstate cooperation. And here's what they've agreed to. First, we'll talk about restructuring. They said that they believe that for Nigeria to move forward, power and resources must be decentralized. Specifically, they want state police, a change to the allocation formula to favor state and local governments. They're also asking the federal government to convoke what they call a national dialogue. Now, some people are interpreting this to mean a national conference, a so-called confab. On security, the governors singled out nomadic herding as a major flashpoint for the current problems. They said, quote, the incursion of armed herders, criminals and bandits into the southern part of the country has presented a serious security challenge such that citizens are not able to live their normal lives, end quote. And so to solve the problem, the southern governors all agreed to ban open grazing in their states. They said open grazing is causing the problem because it forces farmers and herders to clash over land. Instead, they're asking the federal government to partner with states to set up what they called alternative livestock management systems. But they said that this should not be by force, and the federal government should only work with states that are willing. In fact, in their written statement, the word willing is in capital letters. Quote unquote willing. Now, of course, that's because of some of the governors who have complained before that they were allegedly being forced to accept ranching schemes. Also, they want the president to address the nation about the security situation. But beyond all of that, They are also asking the president to take a new look at federal appointments, including the security agencies. They think that the presidency can do a better job making those appointments reflect federal character. So that's the politics. But the governors also talked economics. For example, they talked about the congestion at the Apapa ports and how it's strangling the whole nation. And so they're calling for, quote, the activation and establishment of ports in other states of the Federation, end quote. Now, of course, there are other ports in other states, right? So we've got a port in Cross River, Rivers, Delta, but most of those ports are not fully operational. So those are the big highlights from the Southern Governors Forum meeting. Now, the reactions are coming in. So, for example, we have the Southern Senators Forum, like you heard me tell you during the update at 3 o'clock, say that they are in support of their governors. They support their governors 100% in this. We have some voices who have been granting media interviews who have said, well, if the governors are going to ban open grazing, then they need to provide an alternative for the herders themselves. But yeah, let's hear what you think. Let's get your own reaction to this story. What do you think about the statements from the Southern Governors Forum? What do you think about their call for state police? What about the changing the revenue allocation formula? What do you think about that plan? And the call for a national conference, the ban on open grazing, that meeting they had. What do you think about the issues they raised? 0700-993-993-993 is for men. 01465-7190 is for women. 0700-993-993-993 is for men. 01465-7190 is for women. We've got Mike on the line. He's our first caller this afternoon. Hello, Mike. Thank you very much for calling. Mike, hello. You're live on the show now. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Mike. And as regards the governors, I think it's just a tea party. I don't understand why they didn't fit to just come together to resolve that. Anyway, I just want to ask them, have they ever put up a bill to National Assembly and tried to lobby and make sure that it comes out? The bill is passed? No. That's one. Number two, have they ever discussed even within their state, individual states? Have they discussed with the House of Assembly, the local governments, even the people within their state? What have they done? Now they're talking about the derivation. Everything can still be handled by National Assembly. That's why they are there. Have they involved their senators House of Reps? It's just a joke. For heaven's sake, it's just a joke. You're talking of grace. Wike is doing fine. He's not my man, but he's doing fantastically well. He's taking charge of security in Rivers State and is even the economic situation. That's to show you that these people can also control the security in their state. If they are not saying they cannot control the security in their state because government controls police and not, then decide whatever money they are collecting for security, they should refuse to collect it and tell government to put it in their state allocation. You understand? Let me stop for now.
All right, Mike. Thank you very much for calling. Let's see who else we have. 99.3. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Yes, this is from my brother Sherry.
Welcome.
Number one, we are not right for a state security. That is number one.
Okay.
Yes, and also if the governor, the south and south will come together, at least that they should agree on the branches, at least to be able to put an end to this Fulani and their cow moving roundabout. If that one can be sorted out, that should be okay for them. And also the appointment from the president is like he totally got it wrong.
Okay.
I think this president has said most of the appointments are favored in North and so much. So if the president can adjust a little bit, the way he approaches his people, it's a shade round. It's not the only national that the post is meant for. Okay. If he can adjust in that aspect, maybe gradually he will get it right. But for now, most of the appointments, there's nothing to write about it. and the Lord will help us as before His tenure we see the good of Him.
All right, then. Thank you very much. Daniel in Ajah, hello. Thank you for calling us.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sandra.
Yes, welcome.
Okay, yeah, I think Nigeria is even overripe for restructuring.
Okay.
Now, in the police, state police issue, I think there should be state police, but there should also be federal police. The state police should take care of, issues within the states, while the federal police should take care of issues that cross state boundaries. Because if you nullify or disband the federal police and leave only state police, some state governors can use them against their neighbors or something like that. But if the state operations are limited within their own state, and when it comes to do with issues across borders, then the federal police or federal force can come in. That's one. Number two, the restructuring is of a necessity. In fact, asking Buhari to ensure there is a true federalism in appointments may not even be necessary if we actually do restructuring. If there's economic restructuring such that states or regions are in charge of what they generate economically and contribute what they can to the center, and they are responsible for their own economic development, we will have little concentration or focus on the center. The center can be doing things like, ceremonial, military, currency, international relations on behalf of the federating states, and things like that. Nobody will care who is the minister of power at the center, because the states will generate their own power. Nobody will care who is the minister of agriculture, because each region have their own agricultural strategy to grow food and to develop. You understand? Nobody won't bother about who is the minister of finance, because we have our own money. We determine what we want to do for it. So we should not even concentrate on asking Buhari to ensure true federalism. Or we already know that North loves power. They love to be in power. They love to exercise power. Let them appoint themselves anything, but don't give us that restructuring such that the states or the regions will be responsible for their own economic future or economic destiny. Let me put it that way. That's Nigeria is overripe. You can do that since the governors have all agreed, and the senators from the regions are 100% behind that. If we can push that further to the National Assembly and whichever way we get that, I think a lot of the decisions in the country will die down.
All right, thank you very much for calling. We've got Uche, who's a first-time caller on the show in Ikeja today. Hello, Uche, how are you?
Sandra, I greet you.
I greet you back.
I'm not a first-time caller.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why she said first-time caller.
Okay. My name is Uche.
All right,
I'm calling from Ikeja.
Go ahead.
Sandra, the Southern governors with their meeting, it's quite a good one. I've gone through the statements they put out, the communique and all that. But you see, two things for me are missing. One, there is no deadline attached to those conditions. You don't just come out and say, these are the things we want done. You should put a timeline to say, look, in the next 6 months, in the next 9 months, we want to see these things done. And if they are not done, this is our next line of action. That's when you can become serious. And then secondly, which for me is also very, very significant, is the fact that the issue of rotational presidency was not highlighted in that communique. And that is very, very key. Look, Sandra, you will agree with me that a lot of the agitations that we have today are based on the fact that people feel aggrieved. A lot of people feel that they are not part of this country. A particular region of this country is dominating the rest of us. Nobody gets a sense of, belonging. Now, if you say this presidency thing, you can rotate it amongst the 6 geopolitical zones, even if it's 5-year single tenure. It's acceptable. The man from the southeast will know that whatever it takes, at a point in time, it will get to my turn. The man from the southwest will know that, okay, in the next 5 or 10 years, it will get to my turn, and everybody will be calm. But because a particular region wants to continuously dominate the rest of us, that's why we're having all these agitations. That's why we're having all this unrest all over the place. So for me, it's good that the southern governors met, but I think that a few things were missing in that communique. A few things were missing in what they actually deliberated upon. Deadline to some of these conditions. Okay, they have come out to say these are the things we want done. What if this, you and I know that the present leadership will not even care? The man is completely, he's undisturbed about whatever we are saying. Now, what if at the end of the day, these things are not done?
Then what?
Then what?
Good question, Uche. Thank you very much. Structuring a bit more. Governors calling for restructuring, right? Now, this story, our second story, is the Senate looking into it, right? So this month, the Senate is holding public hearings to look into what type of restructuring Nigerians want. They've announced 12 hearings nationwide, 2 in each geopolitical zone. In the southwest, the hearings are in Akure and here in Lagos. They're taking place on the 26th and 27th of May. Now, the Lagos hearing is for people who live in Oyo, Ogun, and of course here in Lagos. Now, of course, restructuring is a very vague term and it can mean different things to different people. And so the Senate has narrowed it down to 16 issues. Basically, they want to hear what solutions the public wants to see for these 16 restructuring related matters. Number 1, gender equity and the increased participation of vulnerable groups in governance. Number 2, the federal structure in governance and power devolution. Number 3, local government administration and autonomy. Number 4, public revenue, fiscal federalism and revenue allocation. Number 5, state police. Number 6, judicial reform. Number 7, election reform. Number 8, socio-economic rights. Number 9, residency and indigenship. Number 10, immunity. Number 11, timeliness for passing budgets and for presidential assent to bills. Number 12, creation of states and local government areas. Number 13, strengthening of independent institutions. Number 14, FCT administration. Number 15, legislature and legislative bureaucracy. Number 16, constitutional roles for traditional rulers. Those are the issues for discussion. But the Senate says that the people who attend can bring up any other issue that they believe are relevant. Now, again, the one happening in Lagos are for those in the southwest. People who live in Oyo, Ogun, and here in Lagos. So we have 2 happening in Akure and in Lagos on the 26th and on the 27th. You have to be there. You have to be there. So for the next couple of weeks, even here on Hard Facts, what we're going to do is spend some of our time, not all, but some, discussing these issues and discussing the public hearing itself, because here's an opportunity to be part of the decision-making process, right? Chukwudi Ezugwu is always talking to you about being part of the process. It's not enough to call me and talk about these things. It's not enough to call me and complain. This is your chance to be a part of it. You call me every day, you're giving me your opinions about these 16 issues anyway. So maybe, just maybe, this is your chance to have a direct say. So as we get closer to the hearing, I'm also going to be getting you information about how to attend and any other information that you need to be a part of it. But what I'm actually very curious about right now is which of these restructuring issues are important to you? So I listed 16. That's the 16 that they have. Which of those issues are important to you? Now, of course, they've left room for you to come up with other issues as well. So let me ask, what will restructuring look like to you? It's not enough to say, we need restructuring. Okay, what does it look like to you? What is restructuring to you? The governors have said what restructuring is for them. The governors have said that they specifically want state police. They want a change to the allocation formula to favor state and local governments. They basically want power and resources to be decentralized. Is that what restructuring means to you? If you had a chance, if you were president, if you were a senator, if you were a House of Reps member, how would you handle any of the 16 issues that have been listed or any other issues that are not on the list at the moment? 01465 Women, call that number 01465 If you're a woman, call that number 01465 If you're a man, 0700 993 993 If you are non-binary, call me on any of the numbers, all right? Okay, no. If you're non-binary, call me on 0700 993 We've got BB who's calling. BB's in Lekki. Hello, BB. Thank you for calling us. Hello, BB.
Yeah, Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, please, this list that you called out, these numbers you called out, I didn't hear devolution of power to the state, where states will control their resources.
They did. That's number 2 on the list.
Is it number 2?
Yes, that's number 2. The federal structure in governance and power devolution. That's what it is.
To the state?
Yes.
We are going back. We want to go back to the 6 geopolitical zones. Is it there?
You want that to happen?
Yes.
That conversation will so that's the thing. You have to go to the meeting and tell them that that's what you want. Because they gave us a subheading, and the subheading is the federal structure in governance and power devolution. So what does that mean to the people? What do the people want that to be? What do the people want that to mean? I don't have the answers. You have the answers.
Power devolution, but that control of resources. From each region. Control, each region to control their resources. Yeah, I didn't see it jump out actually from what you read out.
Well, control of resources is there as fiscal federalism. That's number. Hold on, let me look at it again. That's number. Where is that on my list? I can't find it anymore. Okay, it's number 4. Public revenue, fiscal federalism, and revenue allocation. It's there, number 4.
All right.
It's looking good, huh?
All right, yeah.
All right, BB, thank you very much. It's looking good, huh? Okay. Don't forget, Lagos, we're going to talk about parenting today at 4 o'clock on the glass ceiling. We'll talk about the role that parenting plays, as far as gender equality is concerned. What roles does it play? Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
My people, how far now? See,
What does restructuring mean to you? You've heard what it means to your governors. What does it mean to you? 16 issues that the Senate has listed. Now, they're not listing these issues as solutions. They are just listing the problems. You have to attend the public hearings and go and tell them what you think the solutions to these problems will be, right? And they've also left room for you to come up with your own other problems that are not captured by this list. That's why I'm asking you, because again, the handlers of these senators listen to hard facts. They go and tell them, oh, see what the public is saying on Nigeria Info. So what will restructuring look like to you? If you had a chance to restructure Nigeria, how would you handle any of these 16 issues that the Senate has listed, or any other issues that, they haven't listed but you think should make it to that list? So revenue allocation is there, federal fiscal federalism is there, public revenue is there, local government administration and autonomy is there, federal structure in governance and power devolution is there, gender equity and increased participation of vulnerable groups in governance is there, state police is there, judicial reform, electoral reform, socioeconomic rights, residency and indigenship, leadership is there. Immunity, timelines for passing budgets, creation of states and local governments, strengthening of independent institutions, FCT administration, legislature and legislative bureaucracy, constitutional roles for traditional rulers. All on that list. What do you think is in there that should be there? What would you do with restructuring if you had the power to do it? Joy in Ikeja, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Joy.
Hi, Joy.
Okay, so for me, restructuring, just like I said last time I spoke on one of your shows when one of the resource persons was here, I told you that that our government should not be blamed for anything because they do not have control of our resources. Now, with what they have come up with right now, to me, all they have stated, everything is okay for me. Now, let us practice true federalism as it is. So that with that, everybody, there's a resource control. Each state will manage their resources, and to me, that is what's going to make this country a better place. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joy, for calling. I appreciate it. 99.3, hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
18 from Satellite Town.
Welcome, Tim.
I'm not a subscriber of state police.
Okay.
State police, like Cross River State, we always have a perennial communal crisis with Akwa Ibom, Abia, Ebonyi, and Benue State. When once that has come into play, it will no longer be communities versus communities. It will not become a team between the police from the other state and the police from this other state. And we are only looking at the good side of it, at the advantage. We are not looking at the disadvantage. And politicians, person like Amechi will not go to River State. Person like one person will not go to Kano State. So those who are pushing for state police, they are inviting danger. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Etim, for calling to share your thoughts. 0700-993-993-993. That's the number for men. For women, call 01465-7190. Two numbers, one for men, one for women. We've got you on the line. Hello.
Hello, my name is Dupe.
Dupe.
From Ibaf.
Welcome, Dupe.
Okay, I'm talking to Sandra.
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, and there's something missing that I think is very, very important for the Nigerian situation.
Okay.
From the list is corruption. Okay. Addressing corruption in Nigeria. We really have to sit down and address corruption. Because if we don't address corruption, because corruption has become endemic in the society.
How will restructuring address corruption?
Not necessarily restructuring. I think addressing corruption itself should be a hedging on its own, like that 16 list they have.
Yeah, but the reason they have that list is to talk about restructuring. The conversation itself is about restructuring.
Restructuring alone cannot work if they don't address corruption. We must define corruption. And we must tell ourselves the truth about how we got to this situation that we are in now. Well, because the country is corrupt.
Yes.
Even if we restructure and we don't deal with corruption, there's a guarantee that things will change.
All right. You get restructuring without dealing with corruption, things will not change. Thank you, Dupe, for calling. Femi is in Surulere. Hello, Femi.
Sorry, Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Well, fantastic, but I hope it would make difference. But I would love something to be added. It seems we're looking at inclusion of vulnerable people and people with disability and all that, but we're not addressing one particular thing. Accessibility. In fact, let's say someone with a disability wants to participate in an election as want to be voted for, but the environment where he would even get to register himself and all that is not disability compliant. I have been through many places. I've been to many places, even within Lagos, in the past years since Fashola made that law that buildings should be compliant and all that. Till date, it was only one building that has a functional elevator. So you can imagine that someone with a disability or someone that has challenge would need to be carried to do all this. And you know how frustrating it could be. Automatically, people with disability have been excluded. Directly or indirectly. So I would love this to be included one way. If I have my way, not for COVID and all that.
It is included. It's included in the increased participation of vulnerable groups in governance. You know, so if you attend the public hearing, perhaps you could get them to tweak that concern they have, that problem they've listed as number one, because that's the number one problem they listed.
All right, because the way it sounds, it's not really like they are making it sound like accessibility, more just participation. But participation without providing an enabling environment is not possible.
Well, we do have we also do have the Disability Act. You know, so the Disabled Persons Act, right? I mean, that hasn't become implemented yet. Isn't a failing of the structure as much as it is a failing on the part of those who should be implementing that law. But thank you, Femi, for calling. We've got Chikodi Naka Inisheri on the line. She's a first-time caller. Chikodi, welcome.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Please, when we are talking of governance, I think governance is all about continuity.
That's right.
The issue of restructuring, during the Oputa panel, they made serious recommendations. And we were hoping that those recommendations was to be worked on. Then IDB also made some recommendations and some other leaders.
Right.
Well, this thing they are doing, why can't we actually go back on the drawing board and look at those things? Now, they